Hello everyone, I'm Professor Nayan Asne, Department of Information Technology, Parathibai Genba Mose College of Engineering, Vagoli. So in this session we are going to start with the package diagram. As previously we have seen collaboration diagram. So in this session we start with the package diagram. So package diagrams are used to structure the high level system, we can say as a complex system. It is used to organize the large system which contains multiple diagrams, multiple classes, documentation and the key deliverables. So they are used to simplify the complex class diagram. We can simply say it is used to just simplify the class diagrams which are complex in functionality. So the package contains the group of classes. So one package may contain a group of classes, or one package may contain another package inside it. So we also call it as a nested package. It contains the classes or the package inside the another package, which is called as a nested package, with the dependency, relationship and the access privilege. So the package diagram are usually modeled in the class diagram or the use case diagram. So this is the kind of structure, these are the kind of structural diagram which shows the arrangement and organization of the model elements in the large scale project. So package diagram can also show the both structure and the dependency between the subsystems or the models. So it shows the different view of the system. For example, we can say the multi-tier system or the multi-tier applications which have multiple tiers, or we can say 3-tier, 4-tier architectures, or simply a client server architecture also. So this system can be simplified using the package diagrams. So just we'll see the notifications or the notations of the package diagram. So first is a package, so just a square with the package name, or you can also write the package name at the top side here. So second is the import. It is the dependency which indicate that the public content of the target package are added to the namespace of the source package, and we can just give the dotted line with pointing arrow with a stereotype import. Next is the access, which is also a dependency that indicates the public content of the target package are available in the namespace of the source package. Whichever package we want to access, that package needs to be give the access specifier in front of the attributes or in front of the name of the package, so that that package can be accessed in the source package. And whenever we have to add that particular target package in a source package, we have to just give the import in our namespace, so that the functionality and the attributes of that another package can be imported into the source package. So let's see diagram. So here is a diagram of the online shopping system. We have a different packages inside it. Here are 3 packages which are listed at the top side. First is the product search, then product pages and the feature product, which is merged in a store UI. Store UI is where the user can access the website or the online shop. So this is the support UI, this is the data collection analysis. When the user is querying or user is searching for particular product, so the particular product will go to the data collection, whether it is available or not. When the particular user is logged in, he will go to the product page, as well as he will have some featured product or the product search. Then support UI. In support UI, if the person is searching for a product which is not available, so there should be some message printed which will support the error message, or which will have the support the unavailability of the product. So the support UI is there. Then again, whenever the user or the person select the product, the shopping cart should be executed there. Then the product inventory. When the product is available, then only it will be get added to the shopping cart, or it will be shown to the user. Then there is a payment system and user. If the user already is the registered user, then they will access the payment system will access the user account section or the user account package for whether identifying whether the user is registered or not, or whether it is a new user. And orders. The order will be also access the payment system. Whenever the customer or the user will give the order, he will access the payment system whether the debit card or credit card are added to the particular user's account or not. If no, then add the things, and if yes, then just do the payment and show the payment to the user. So this is a particular type of online shopping system. You can also add your imagination with the different packages system as you can. There is no limitation that you should only use such things or such products or such packages. You can also add your own packages if you want. So the next diagram is same of the package diagram, which has the 3 layer. First is the presentation layer, that we can say the user layer. Second is the business layer, and third is the data layer. Now this architecture defines the 3 layer architecture of your computer system, where the first layer usually present the presentation layer and the service layer, where the user can access the particular application. Then whenever he is querying or he is querying something, it will goes to the business layer. So business layer also has the multiple packages, as there is a business flow, business component, business entities. So this package also access the bottom layer package. The bottom layer is the data layer. So whenever the query is fired on the presentation or the application layer, it generally goes to the business layer, and after the business layer it will go to the data layer. So there is the access dependency. You can see the arrows here. Also, whenever the user is registering, he needs to clarify some constants, or we can say some security essentials. Here are the some essentials and some communication protocols. So we can see the dependencies also given to this package, means this layer also access this package. This layer of package can also access the package. Here the another nested packages are there. The cross-cutting package also contain the security, operational management, and communication. Whenever the it is the authenticated user or not, or whether the user is registered or not, or whether it is a fake user or not, it is just identifying the thing, or what operations the user is performing, how the communication protocols are taking place into the system. This type of packages are the. So after the business layer, the data will be accessed by the access layer, and the data layer will access in a particular data source or external services. So this is the 3 layer architecture of your package diagram. So let's move to the next, that is the component diagram. So the component diagram breaks down the actual system under the development into various high-level functionality. Each component is responsible for one clear aim within the entire system, and only interact with each other with the essential elements on a need or on a basis. So it does not describe the functionality of the system, it just describes the component used to make this functionality. So the component diagram are used to visualize the physical component in the system, and the components like the libraries, packages, and etc. So the component diagram usually is used to visualize the physical content of the system. So it doesn't have any connection with your functionality and your logic. So it will just show what components are actually used in your software application or your software system. So the purpose of the component diagram are to visualize the component of the system, then describes the organization and their relation of the component in the organization. So these diagrams are used during the implementation phase of the system, and the hardware and the software parts, actually the hardware and software components are usually focused in this component diagram. So there are different notations under the component diagram. Here is a component notation. You can just give the component name with 2 blocks in entire single block. Then there is a node, which we can say the 3-dimensional box we can say. Then there is a component name with the interface. So there are 2 types of interface. Again, one is the provided interface and second is the required interface. So the provided interface is the interface where the component produces the information, and this information is required by the another component. And in required, this represent the component requires some information from the interface to perform some functionality. Now here the component will require some information by the another component, and in this component, provided component, this component provides some information to some another component. And here are the ports. So the port is just a simple square block within a component boundary. So port is the thing by which we can interact with system or we can communicate with the system. So these are some notations of your component diagram. So let us see the component diagram of the library management system. So here you can say the library management system diagram is given. So these are the component. First is the library management database, then second is the books, third is the search, transaction, your fee, and the library member. So phi is the node here. Here is a dependency with a depend stereotype. So library management system, whenever the user asks for the particular book online, so he first search, he will do the search in the books whether the books are available or not. Then the system search will be work. So system search will be have some interface, provided interface with books, whether the books are available or not. Then if the books are available, then transaction component will be work, the transaction with the library member, whether the user is the library member or not. If the library member is, he will get some offers. If not, he have to register the thing and he will calculate the fees for the particular thing. So this is a simple diagram of the library management system. Here the simple components of that. Here you can see only the software and hardware components are given. With this, no internal functionality has been described like a classes or packages. Here you can see the another diagram of the component diagram. The first is the ATM, that is a money transaction system. You can say the diagram of money transaction system or the ATM operation system. So if the user want to access, or if user want to some debit or credit its account, so he needs to do the transaction. So here are the some components of the particular system. So here is the ATM machine, customer station, card, then web page, bank database, employee station, and the client desktop. So on the client desktop, the client will access the website of the particular bank, so he can actually do the transaction onlinely. So whenever the client desktop will be access some information or some site, so employee station one component is there. So this will check the user's authenticity and all. Then the bank database is there, whether the user is authenticated or not. If that authenticated, then the card is read whenever he enters some card information. Then again the customer station, it will get verified. The ATM machine is there. If the ATM transaction, if the transaction is to the ATM, so the ATM transactions are also there. And then the web page is there. The web page also access the database. Whenever the online transaction takes place, the web page will access directly to the database. The web page is directly dependent on the bank database, where if it is a card merchant, so the transaction is totally dependent upon this is a provided interface. So the card reader will also access the bank database. If the transaction is by the ATM, so the ATM can also access the bank database. Such different components are given in the transaction system, user transaction or money withdrawal system. So here in this session we have seen the component diagram and the package diagram. I hope you have understand. So basically what I want, you should go to the particular, I think so in 2-3 lectures before, sessions before, I have given you some link to just draw the diagrams onlinely. The software eDraw is also available, so you can just go and draw the diagrams. You may not have the system view same as here, but it's totally your imagination. If you add another component, you can add the component with the proper dependency. So it is not necessary that this diagram should be same as the online transaction system or the any transaction systems. You may add your imagination, that's up to you. But it needs a practice. So my suggestion is to do the practice. And thank you. In next lecture we will see the last deployment diagram in last session. So thank you. Hope you have understand. If you have any query, just comment in the comment box. Thank you.